Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a lesson on the song Bluebird by Sara Bareilles. It's a good new song by her from one of her latest albums, so I thought people might want to learn it, and I came up with a cool chord part for the chorus that I think is a little more full even than the original version, which I like, but I hope you like it. So I'll play through it first and then break it down note by note for you. Back into the verse part there. So there's really just those kind of two parts. There is a variation on the chorus that's a kind of second part, a minor part that it goes on, but I'll break it down and make it really accessible and easy for everyone of any level for this. The one thing that might be a trouble to some people on this lesson would be the reach of my hand, but you can always get rid of one of the notes in it to make it a more accessible chord for you. So like instead of a E, G, C, E, you could substitute a G, C, E and just kind of try to keep the top notes the same, but drop out maybe the bottom note because you're usually already playing harmonies in the left and something like that. So I'll break it down for you though. I'll give you an option on each. So let's get right into the verse. So it's pretty simple actually. It's just kind of a rocking motion. The rhythm's kind of the most challenging part, but it starts like this. Okay, and so what you're doing here in the left hand is hitting a C. Okay, and then in the left hand, the next note you're hitting is a B flat. Okay, and then you're going over the C up to the D here. And that's it, except for the grace note, which is right here. Then we rock up from that, which is a G. So the first time it just starts with C, but the subsequent times after that it goes, kind of rocks into it. So the first time though it goes C, and in the right hand what you're doing there is G, E, G, E, G. Okay, and you're just rocking back and forth, starting and ending on the G. Okay, same thing again on the B here. In the left hand, you're doing the same thing in the right, G and E. And then up to D, and in that switch, you move the right hand up a one note for each, the thumb and the pinky, and you're going to the A and the F. And that time you end on the F, adding another F after the regular. Right there, okay? So here, try to play it slowly with me if you can. If you need to pause it and practice it, that's okay too. But let's just start with that opening riff. We'll play through it twice without the grace note this time, just to kind of get an idea pretty slow. So. Okay, and then the next thing would be the grace note. And the timing on this is something you're really going to have to listen to and kind of break down for yourself, because since I don't teach like sheet music or anything, I'm just doing it by ear. It's really important that you get the timing right. It's not like a fast thing. It graces into it. So think of it as if you're stepping up here to kind of hop up onto the C. So you're hitting the G to hop up there. So. 2, 3. Okay? It's like introducing it in a way. So the G is going into the C there, and we're doing that regular riff. So you play through that twice, and then we get into the part where it changes a little bit in the verse, but it's still the verse, and it goes, excuse me, it walks down the same way, but then goes to an A here in the left hand with the same A and F in the right hand, but instead of going to the D, it goes to A here, so it's just walking down, C, B flat, A, A flat. So just, right, again, try to walk this down with me in the left hand. It's C, B flat, A flat, then F, and then back up to A flat. And that sounds kind of weird on its own, but with the right hand, what we're doing is this. Same thing we did at the beginning. Okay, ready? Rocking. Then we move up as usual, but the left hand goes down to the A. And on that one, we're hitting a little more full of a chord on the A flat here. In the left hand, we're hitting an A flat. In the right, we're hitting an A flat, a C, and an F. And I'm hitting that rocking from A flat to C and F, and back, and ending on C and F up there on the top. So, and then down to an F chord, so it's F, C, F in the left hand, or just F and C if you want, and then A, C, and F. And then the last part of the verse right there is just when it goes up, back again to this. Sorry, just like that. So you can hit an A flat and a C in the left hand if you want, or just an A flat, and then A flat, C, and F in the right hand. Okay? So that's a bit complex there, I know. It sounds kind of like there's a lot of different things going on. It's just because Sara Bareilles kind of changes like slight little things instead of like big changes, whereas like most pop songs are like 3 chords. This one's a little more in depth. That's why she's so great. She really puts some music into the writing she does with all the piano stuff that she comes up with. So I'll play through this with you. Hopefully you can play along. Pause it if you need to work out anything. And then we'll get into the chorus, those chords. So yeah, let's go for it. Grace note. And then that's the chorus. That is my favorite chord of all time, probably, other than maybe that, which is very similar actually. But anyway, let's get into the chorus now. So what we're doing is jumping down a bit from where we were, and we're going to F, to the Bluebird part where she sings that, and it's going to be a nice full chord with F, C, F, A, C, F, A. Okay, and on the first verse, she kind of does it in a loud, the first time she comes to the chorus, I'm sorry, she does it in a kind of more full way. The second time it's like, because it builds again. So the first time we're going to do it down here, and then the second time we'll do it up there, leading into more of this as well, again after, because it builds. Anyway, F, C, F in the left hand, A, C, F, and A in the right hand. And we're just hitting it on every beat, so 1, 3. Then I'm hitting like a little grace note in the left hand. And it's, you know, just to add a little something, you don't have to do that. So here we are on F, then we transition down a little bit just to E, C, E, G, C, D, G. Let's make sure we got that. E, C, E, G, C, D, G. Nice full chord there. If you can't reach this, in the left hand especially, because that is a weird angle to hit, you can just hit E, E and C, okay? That's going to be easier for you. And again, if this is even too much for you up here, you can just do C, F, and A instead of the bottom A. So usually drop the bottom note of the top chord if it's too much for you. And in the left hand, drop the top note. So that's kind of a general rule of thumb, because the melody kind of lives on top and the bass line lives on the bottom, whereas everything in between is usually harmony, so you can lose some of that without losing the whole idea. So here we are. 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and on this one, you can hit whatever, I'll tell you about this in the right hand, but in the left hand you're doing D, A, and D, F, A, C, or D, or both. It makes it a little more full jazzy chord here if you're doing. But if you want to just leave it that with the 7th, or if you want to do just a straight D chord, whatever you think sounds better, it's really up to you at that point. I'm kind of making my own artistic choice with it, but you can do whatever you want. So the last one just again is D, A, D, F, A, D. If you want, add that C in there, play it instead, okay? That's the first part of the chorus, so try that with me now here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's where we are now. And then in the chorus it goes down to a C, so we're just going from D to C here, which is C, G, C, with an E, G, C, and E. Again, you could just do the inverted C chord, but I'm adding an extra E here because it adds a little more harmony. So. And there, what we're going to do on the second one there is going to be A and E, A, C, and E. And we're trying to play this part a little softer because it's a little bit of a step back from the chorus, so it goes. Chord of it there, and it's E, B, E, G, B, E. That's an E minor, whereas in the other one, the other E chord we're playing, it's using the C there to make it a major. This one is minor, okay? So just remember that, that's a note. And then the last part after that is just back to F. After we're in that E, okay, so it kind of ends on that, so it fades, and then F again, so F, C, F, A, C, F, A, okay? And you let that fade out, hit it 6 times, so 2 measures there, and then, and I'm hitting G and a D, and then G, B, G, C, D, G, and resolving to the B there from the C, so on the second measure of that, and it's in 2, 3, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 if you haven't noticed. 1, 2, 3. And then actually it goes through the chorus twice on that first riff. The F, this, down to the D there, and then it goes this a little, then it goes back to that first part, excuse me, right there, to D, and then the last time, this is the variation, it goes F, C, F, A, C, F, A, and then to that resolving thing that we said with the G there, G, D, G, C, D, G. And then it goes with the grace note. Okay, and the next part, it's the same part again, but we're gonna play it differently, so I'll show you. Sorry, geez, I'm gonna walk down. This is what we already played before, and then it resolves or settles on that, and then we go. Then it walks down to that to build. So all I'm saying is we're playing, instead of playing it in this octave, all we're doing is moving up and playing it up here. And then moving down to play that E chord that's in that second kind of minor part, like this, and then going just back into it. double the times it did in the first chorus. Then it resolves and goes back, and the last chord it ends on, actually, this song, because it's in C, is going to be C. So you can just do C, G, C, E flat slide up to E, and C. I'm just sliding off that to kind of give it a little bluesy ending. Okay. I know that's kind of a lot. It is a more in-depth piano song than most pop songs, as I said, because Sara Bareilles writes a little bit above everyone else, no offense. But she's really good, and this song's awesome. Good one to accompany someone with or sing along with yourself. I will say, I'm no singer, but I've tried to sing it to kind of get the melody line, and it is hard to sing while playing this part. Anything with like complex timing, it becomes really hard to sing over, so I would just say good luck with that, but also if you want to make it a little more accessible, you could just play chords of the notes that I was giving you. And not worry about the timing stuff. Obviously it's better to play it as it's meant to be, but if you have to step through the steps that way, that's fine too. Anyway, good luck with learning this one. I hope this helped, and I hope if you have any questions or comments, I hope you post them, like, comment on this, share it if you know anybody who likes Sara Bareilles as well. And let me know if there are any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.